in a world where dreams are made and fortunes are built. Meet 10 extraordinary entrepreneurs. They are risk takers, innovators, and visionaries. They navigate the ever-changing landscape of business. Witness their triumphs and challenges as they strive to turn their ideas into a reality. Get ready for the thrilling journey into the world of the real entrepreneur.
Last week on The Real Entrepreneur, it has finally begun. The contestants are all in the house except for Nicole Stevens due to an unexpected medical emergency. She was not able to make the show. With that being said, Roy Johnson has set the tone and now has the control to select the order in which contestant will go within the next challenge. Will this work in his favor or will it work against him? Now, brace yourselves for the thrilling twists and turns that awaits us in The Real Entrepreneur.
So the challenge last night I think was rigged. I thought I completed it. I just said I didn't want to make any money off of it. So I thought it was done. But unfortunately I didn't follow all the way through. So, who do I think is going home? It's not an answer to say out there. But if I had to choose, Ebony. Sorry. Sorry, Em. That's it.
With the challenge, it didn't surprise me. When we first started, he emphasized the importance of pay attention to all the details. And that's just what I did. And so it didn't surprise me. I took heed, I noted, implemented, and as a result. And so, with that being said, who do I think is going home? As much as it plagues me, I think K. Shari will be going home. The reason I think K. Shari will be going home is the lack of focus, his energy, and when somebody pretty much eliminates themselves before a competition, you kind of have no choice but to think that, well, you done spoke it, you done put it in the atmosphere, so you must be going home. So,
as far as the challenge last night, it's kind of disappointed in myself. You know, I'm a person that like to pay attention to the details, and for me to actually look in, I actually opened it and closed it because I got sidetracked because I'm actually a part of Predictive D. And so therefore I thought like he may have made a mistake and put it in the wrong group. As far as the persons that are going to be possibly on the chopping block today, of course, we don't want anybody to go, but we know it's a competition. I would probably say Kay Shires would be my number one. More for the confidence, he kind of beating himself up and defeating himself before he even tried. Miss Quintus would probably be my second. Just not really connecting, kind of show her best foot forward. I believe that, you know, in this space, you're supposed to put your best foot forward. And the last one was probably the hardest one for me because I actually like the girl, and that would be Randy. Sometimes you can take the girl out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the girl. And that's one of those things that we have to work on. You have to be able to be a chameleon in every scenario.
Hi. So the challenge yesterday was very good. I am disappointed with myself a little bit because, as he stated, I did come up. I was actually the first one. However, I did not click on the very ending where there was a task to click at the very end. So I went to the end, but I didn't click. I'll do better. Pay attention. Who I think will be going home today. If I had to guess, I would say, oh, this is a tough one. I would say Shakif, K-Shari, and then I would say Randy, and I would say Quintus. Those would be my three. The reason why is for Mrs. Quintus, she's such a beautiful soul, but I don't feel like she's really putting herself forward, her great foot forward. I can't get his name right. K-Shari, yeah. He is very, very good, but I think he's carrying a lot of weight on him to where he can't be his really true authentic self at this moment. And Randy, she is also really great, but I don't think that this is her challenge. I don't think this is her time.
Exposing the secret to turning your credit around and owning your future. Effie, our expert financial consultant, knows the struggle. She's helped countless families transform their credit, creating pathways to home ownership. With personalized credit repair strategies and actionable steps, your dream home is closer than you think. Imagine improving your score, getting that mortgage approval, and celebrating your new home. Fix your credit, own your future with Effie and J&E Financial, because you deserve to own your dream. Your future starts today.
Hi everyone. Welcome back. I am a little bit nervous this morning, but I'm okay. Last night's challenge was very eye-opening. I did complete part of the challenge, but I did not complete the last step, and I thought that I did. So I learned with everything to, when you do something, make sure, go back and check again to make sure it's fully complete instead of assuming that it's complete. You have to have that final check. It's a lot of different energies in the house, which is great. I do believe 2 people are gonna be going home today. One of them is Quintus. She seems to talk a lot about God and faith, which is great, but she hasn't really said much about business. And she talks about ministry, which is awesome as well, but this is a business competition show and not a ministry show. So, also K-Shari, he also has a lot of spirituality, which is also great. But as far as the business aspect, he also didn't say anything about any business. So, versus the rest of all of the people that are here, we've been talking about business, how to run business, how to make money. They've pretty much just been praying the whole time.
Okay, so the challenge last night was a total surprise. And I'm actually shocked that Roy won. No shade, Roy. And I'm surprised because I know he said pay attention to everything in our group chat, but baby, when he say pay attention, he mean pay attention to everything. So congrats, Roy. Hater. Who do I think is going home? I don't want to say, but if I had to just guess, I would say business-wise, probably K-Shari. and Quintus. No shade to neither one of them. I like both of them. I don't want to see nobody going home. But when it comes to like business, I don't see it. That's not to mean that they're not a work in progress. It just means I haven't heard them speak on any businesses they started, created, or let go of. So I would say them too.
Well, concerning the challenge yesterday, it made me realize just the intentionality in everything leading up to this moment. It also made me just, question, the level of excellence in my preparation. And it also allowed me to also see the heart of, people when people win. Like, there's those who hate, those who celebrate, man. And ultimately, it did teach me a lesson about, just not like missing a moment. And so, that being said, I don't want to miss another moment. I heard the Lord just tell me that, procrastination can keep us from meeting His expectation. So, from today, there will be no more in my life. That's my declaration. I stand on it. And who's going home? Last night, my answer would have been me. Just being honest. But, how do you say? They say weeping endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And the joy of the Lord is my strength. I'm not going home. Not today. Who might go home? I'm only saying this because I just believe everybody's built differently. Quintus, Prophetess Quintus might go home. Tiffany might go home. And for us to give one more, Randy might go home.
Why?
Prophetess Quintus, because I just don't I don't see, based off of my understanding of TV and the way, I don't see her longevity in this competition. Tiffany, because and this is just kind of based off of what I've been told as I've been navigating all of this stuff. Like, music is not necessarily the strongest presentation. And I say Randy because I haven't seen where she's promoted, her business or anything like that. I don't know what it is. But all of them have great personalities. I'm grateful to be here in this room, in this house. And it's hard for me to say that anybody would go home to. But in truth and love, I speak what I believe.
So with the special challenge, I definitely failed. I completely missed it in the Telegram. Say life be life, and especially as a busy entrepreneur. But I'm looking forward to today and the next challenge that comes ahead, because I'm prepared now. Who I think is going to go home? Honestly, I'm not sure. I really don't want anybody to go home, but if I had to pick somebody, maybe Quintus. Why? I don't know. I think she might be kind of frazzled. So, but we're gonna see. I'm excited for the challenge though. Hopefully, everything goes good. The challenge last night was good. We learned a lot from the challenge, and the one person I think might go home probably would be Randy. But I speak life over all of them. Why Randy? I don't know, just actually, yeah, it would be Randy, I think. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't really know. But if it was up to me, it would be none of them. If it was up to me.
Yes, so I'm Dr. Dania Antalya Thomas. Everybody calls me Dr. D. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I'm a COO of a hair care line called Gimme Hair Care. I'm also a published researcher, and I'm here on the Real Entrepreneur Show as one of the judges. I'm bringing my grit. I'm bringing the fairness. I'm just gonna also learn from them as I give advice. I can't wait. It's a great opportunity, and let's go, season 2.
So my name is Natalie Michon. I am a serial entrepreneur. So I kind of grew up in the entrepreneurial space ever since I was a teenager. So I love business. I know business. So I'm here to really help those real entrepreneurs be able to scale their vision, grow their vision, and be prepared for what comes in entrepreneurship. So that's why I'm here. I'm excited to see the entrepreneurs that have shown up for themselves, that are ready to grow and learn. So, hey, I'm excited.
So I'm here to judge, but I am not the judge. But I am Charlie Ford, and I'm a 7-year entrepreneur. I have an entertainment company where I host events. I'm a comedic host, of course. And I also am a confidence coach and an improv extraordinaire.
Big bag, big.
I'm so dehydrated.
Why?
Because I work so much and forget to drink. And I need electrolytes.
I need to watch that.
It's good. I just need a Mountain Dew.
Not a Mountain Dew.
A cherry pepper.
Just a Mountain Dew. Ooh,
Watch that later.
You like Mountain Dew?
y'all just not gonna talk? Okay. Oh, you got your Yeah.
Want a fast, non-invasive way to shed inches? With Contouring and Wellness Spa, you can lose 1 inch in 90 seconds. No side effects and no physical contact.
Well, I love how quick and easy the process was. I actually lost 2 inches from my first session.
The customized packages fit my needs perfectly.
We offer tailored memberships starting at just $9, plus in-house financing with no credit checks or denials.
My name is Dr. Casual Pitts. I'm here to help you achieve your goals. Let's get started.
Contouring and Wellness Spa. Make an appointment today.
Entrepreneurs, welcome. Today, your first challenge is each contestant will create a podcast where you will think of a title and you will be able to deliver this message to not just the judges, but the audiences around the world. So make sure that you picked the right topic for your podcast. You have 1 hour.
Commercial opportunities would be done by us, or the client can pay a different amount and do a 1-minute spiel of their business. All right, I need to write down the price.
Please step away. I'm grateful, Lord God. You said the gift will make room and bring me before great men, great minds. So if I'm in the room, I must have a great mind.
Entrepreneurs, time is up. Roy, you get to pick your first person who goes first. Who would your choice be?
My first choice is K-Shari.
K-Shari, you go first. Good luck. You have 3 minutes to deliver your podcast, not only to the judges, but to the world.
Need help with your taxes? Come see us at ATM Tax Pro Solutions in Fayetteville, Georgia, or meet with us virtually. Our expert team is here to maximize your refund and make tax season stress-free. Don't wait. Book your appointment today at ATM Tax Pro Solutions.
You know, today I woke up feeling a little sick, feeling a little heavy. And I knew I needed to pray. I needed to pray. I know that if I don't pray, Satan, he'll get the best of me. He'll make a mess of me. And I know he doesn't want this. The challenge today showed me, because I question why I'm here. Everyone else has businesses, they're speaking all of this. I speak many tongues, but the foreign one was business to me. I couldn't translate that one yet. And so I was like, why am I even here? But then when a challenge came forth, and it was about creating a podcast, it showed me that one of the gifts that God gave me was creativity. And if I could simply employ that gift, it would work. And that's exactly what happened. I employed the gift of creativity. And it worked. It shocked me. But at the same time, I didn't know the how, but I knew who. You see, I don't know how I'm making it through, but I know who sent me. So this challenge, man, it just gave me strength. It gave me endurance, it gave me hope, it gave me light. I felt God shower me with his love. And I even felt his hand on my shoulder. I got you, son. That's all I needed. That's why when this plays back and they see me praising, I'm going to praise God with all I am, all I have. Because all I have and all I am is because of Him. Amen. What's good, family? I know it's your neighborhood superhero, your neighborhood hope dealer, K. Shirey. You know how we started off. We always gonna pray. So your will, your way, Yahweh. Amen. I truly believe that good news comes in threes. So I got a new idea, man. I know y'all rock with the music, but I wanna just know how y'all feel about this. I just been seeing the need for people to walk in blessed steps. So for that reason, we're gonna start a new segment. It's called Blessed Steps, but watch this. Instead of every E, we'll replace it with a 3. Because like I said, good news comes in threes. And then we're replacing the S's with $signs. Because I truly believe that every divine step that we take in alignment will eventually lead to prosperity and purposeful life. And so you guys know I can talk. I'm long with it. So I wrote it. Not actually write. I didn't type this time. So give me credit. So the description: walking in divine steps ordered by the Lord on the road of destiny in order to experience a purposeful and prosperous life. Man, y'all let that sit a little bit. Here's the need. Too many people are unaware of how their choices in life bring about real consequences that not only affect them, but also their children, immediate and extended families. The truth is, most don't know how to do better because their parents never knew better. They weren't taught. I truly believe the reason scriptures say people destroy for lack of knowledge, and all you're getting in understanding is that the author knew how dangerous ignorance is to our existence. Not only that, but my own personal experience, I've seen the significance between walking in ignorance in contrast to walking in wisdom and understanding. Have you ever heard someone say, I wish I knew then what I knew now? Well, if that narrative can change, let's turn the page. Could be changed by knowing sooner than later. How would it impact not only individuals, families, but the world? One of the most consistent lessons I've been taught, whether in my home, the military, entertainment industry, the streets, even ministry, is see a need, meet a need. For this reason, I felt the need to make a contribution to the worldwide war on ignorance. I simplified it into 3 words, so you know the purpose, the process, and the product. Education, renovation, and acceleration. The broadcasting, it's gonna be on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, our usual channels, YouTube. Eventually, I wanna have my own show on TV and inspire others to do the same thing just like me. So guys, you know how I do. We always spark a flame. That's what we do. And you know what name we do it in, so I don't always have to say it. I'm in the name. But let Jesus reign. Amen.
Are you exhausted from the daily grind? Feeling trapped and hopeless? Unable to break free and pursue your dreams? It's time for a change. I'm Dr. Roy L. Johnson, Jr., the Launchologist. Let me help you transform stagnation into success and turn your aspirations into reality. Schedule your free consultation now. Visit thebusinesslauncher.com or call 832-995-7191.
Okay, well, thank you. That was that was good. I like it. Anything that is spreading the word of God, I'm all for it. I do want to ask you 2 things. Number 1, what's your name? Because you were going so fast, I didn't really get it. What is your name?
So, do you want my government name or the name everyone knows me
The
by?
name that you introduced.
Yeah, it's K. Shirey.
K. Shirey. Yeah. Okay, and I do have one more question. What was the name of the podcast? Because it was all jumbled a little bit just for me. Mm-hmm. So if you could just clarify, what would the name of the podcast be?
Blessed Steps.
Blessed Steps. Okay. And I will definitely say that I love the fact that when you turn the page, you said it's turning the page and that kind of segued into something. I think that was pretty good and I love your energy. It's definitely captivating and I was like, okay, let me hear more. But just slow down a little bit and just make sure that you make all the points. Just clarify all the points because it just was running in just a little bit, but I was catching it. But I love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The neighborhood superhero, huh? All right. I felt it. I'm going to say some of what Dr. D said. I think that it was blurred because your title didn't come first. You kind of didn't have the emphasis on the title. And I feel like if you would have closed it out with the title again of your podcast to really put a stamp on what it is the name of your podcast is. One thing that I also want to say is that I liked that you integrated your story. You integrated your story on a few different points. I really appreciated opening with prayer. And just like you said, you did a lot of alliteration with words, and that's my thing. So you had me. I missed some of them because you did speak very fast. I know we were under a very tight timer, but you killed it in the time. I think that maybe if you would have slowed down, you would have been able to emphasize on some of the steps that you did get. But I did like the purpose, the product, and the process. That's something that stood out to me. And I couldn't really write down everything, but I think it was a great message and you delivered. The only thing I would have liked to hear more is who you are, you know, because you are the product, and a little bit more about the process to just be slowed down a little bit. So pace yourself. We're going to add that P to it. Well, great work.
I received it.
All right, K-Sherry. Man, I loved it because one thing that, you know, in a podcast, especially if it's just audio, right, and they can only just hear you, I can hear your passion and I can hear your personality come through. Because at one point I just closed my eyes and I could feel your energy. So that is like super dope because many people can't convey that. You know what I mean? They have to. Some people are in positions where a camera has to be in front of them in order for someone to feel what they're trying to put off because they're not giving off. So when I close my eyes, I can feel your passion and I can feel your energy. So I love that. I'm like, where are you? Well, let me ask you this. Where are you from?
New Orleans originally.
New Orleans, okay. Because I can hear the accent, baby. You know, so, but I'm like them. Just slow it down just a little bit. Even with, I love the neighborhood hope dealer. I love the good news comes in threes. So, but I felt like you gave several points, and just like Charlie said, we are on a tight, time frame. So probably just kind of stick with one segment because you gave a lot of great information, and I'm like trying to write it down and trying to soak it in. But I mean, you're dope. I love it. I love that. See a need, meet a need. You just gave so many valuable points. Like, I don't know if you have a podcast for real, but but I mean, it's a good calling for you. For sure. So I mean, your voice is strong, and your intellect is just massive. So good job.
Is your home feeling outdated? Does it lack the warmth and comfort you deserve? Start with your heart. We'll take care of the rest. Relax and enjoy the experience that HeartLad Reality LLC brings to your family.
Okay, so I'm really pumped about this challenge. I feel like a podcast is dope. My mom's been talking about having one for a minute, so I'm excited because we've had a whole bunch of ideas, and I'm a talker. I'm a doer, so I can't wait to see what happens. I'm not so much nervous, but I'm excited because I really want to see how this process goes, and I really want to see what the judges are looking for because I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I got it. Well, let's get into it. Business, babies, and BS with your host, Ebony Coons. Let's talk about episode 1, who's really the boss? When it comes to business and your family, it can always be a struggle to figure out who's really in charge. Whether it's your spouse, your kids, your business partner, sometimes it's really hard to know when you are the boss or they're the boss. The best way I've learned to figure out who's the boss in the situation is to see what is the real issue and how do we fix it. When it comes to my kids, I always look at each kid individually, right? So as a mom of multiples, a boy mom, a girl mom, a teen mom, and a pandemic mom, right? Each one of them has their own difficult challenges because of who they are individually. And I look at business the same way. In business, I treat my employees the same. What do they do for me? How can I help them grow? And what does it mean for the business with them? Part of business and being a mom, right, is always about making sure that the end goal is what is important to everybody in the situation. So I don't always have to be the boss. Sometimes my 2-year-old's the boss, right? Last week he had a nosebleed. It shut everything down. It scared everybody, right? He's 2. Same thing with business. You know, we ended up not having power one day. So I had to let everybody go home and do, you know, some other things. I don't always have to be the boss. I don't always have to be in control. But what I do have to do is show my leadership skills, whether I'm being a mom or the CEO of my company. So when you do that, as a mom, as a business owner, don't ever worry about, I'm not the boss. That's the biggest thing that I can give you. Because at the end of the day, time is money. So let's get to it, right? Let's fix the problem so we can get back to the money. Because life's not always easy. Life be lifing, right? That's what they say. And that's really the truth. Like I told you, my 2-year-old had a nosebleed. Life was life, and it was 6 a.m. I'm tired. I've been up since 11, you know, working on business. So life be lifing. Instead of me, you know, trying to be the boss and figure it out, I guided my 2-year-old. I let him be the boss. I let him tell me what he needed, right? He's nonverbal, but he still gives us clues. So learn how to be adaptable, because that is truly what's going to make you a boss. And when we fix the problem, now we can focus on the money, our family, what's really important to us. So as a mom, as a business, make sure that you're always tackling the problem with the real boss mentality. This is our first episode. Make sure you tune in on all our platforms. We're going to be on Apple, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify.
All right. Thank you so much, Ebony. Thank you. It was good. Here's where you lost me. Okay, so before I move on, the podcast name is Business Babies and BS. Okay, I got the business. I got the babies. What's the BS and how do they all tie in? Because I got different, how does it,
So the BS was my kind of like my background stories, because they tie in just because people like BS. Okay. It's something to kind of kick it, make it more personable, right? I don't want them to automatically assume, oh, I don't got kids, I can't watch this, or oh, I just started my business, I can't watch this. So the BS kind of makes them feel like it's tied in. Yeah, that's where it came from.
Because I'm going to be, I'm sorry, what are you saying?
Did you give us, what was the example for BS for today?
The power being out.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. And the reason why I answered is because from everything that you said, I was really just hearing stories about just this business and the baby, and the only other word that I got from that whole thing was adaptability. And that's literally the only thing that I remember from your whole spiel. Not saying it wasn't good, or well, that's all I got as a listener. So I don't think I'd want to listen the next episode because I still didn't get what Business Babies and BS was about. Mm-hmm. So if you could just kind of, break it down a little bit more, or just kind of just tell me how they correlate with each other, or where is this podcast going and what is it supposed to give me by me sitting and listening to it. That's all I have. But good job though. Thank you.
Hello, Ebony.
Hi.
That was really good. I think that the title is very catchy, and I'm glad that you broke it down for us, because I don't have babies, but I do have a business, and we all go through BS. So I think it was very catchy. And I like that you introduced your title for episode 1, Who's Really the Boss? I like that. I also like the fact that you posed questions and you categorized it with your stories and examples. That was really good. It stuck with me. One thing I would have liked to see more of is a little emotional vocal range. The only time you really kind of had the vocal range is when you talked about money. I would have liked to hear a little more emotional range because the story with your baby having a nosebleed was traumatic, you know, and even though you adjusted and you were adaptable, I would have liked to hear how it affected you, you know, so then we could know how to get through the BS, because BS is pretty much things that we don't plan. It's things that like throw a monkey wrench in, but you did say you were tired. But I think that when you're having a podcast conversation, since we don't see you, it's really good to hone in on those things that make you feel overwhelmed, excited, being an expert and stuff like that. But the things I got from the action steps was to be aware, be adaptable, and be ready to adjust. So I think that's maybe the same word, but that's my feedback for you. I liked it.
All right, Ebony. I agree. I love the title. It's catchy because it is a lot of, you know, BS in business and with life. So no, I thought it was good. I jumped a little bit, you know, in different places. I kind of caught, and I don't know if I missed it earlier, when you were expressing that your son is nonverbal. So when you kind of said, and he's nonverbal, it was kind of like,
by the way.
Yeah. So, it, you know, like, always paint a picture. And when you paint the picture, just kind of like take me through a little bit slower, even though, I mean, if you're going to express the story, right, kind of about being tired or who's the boss, you know, at that time he had to be the boss, which I thought that was great to say. Right now he's the boss because he has to express to me what he's needing. I thought that was a really, really good point that parents need to understand. But just kind of take me a little bit slower through it because you know the story, because you lived it, but we have to catch up as listeners. So you might have to slow down if you're going to tell the story to paint the entire picture of the story so we can follow you and not just get a part of the story like, well, I'm tired. His nose bleeding. He's nonverbal. Next. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like what I got. I thought you have a great tone in your voice. So it wasn't like monotone. It was still kind of like, I could hear you smiling, right? Throughout it and enjoyed telling the story. So it does seem like you're on that side and enjoying trying to help me get through just BS in business and babies and stuff like that. So I would say even in your thing, just making sure when you're breaking down your topic points, pick a topic, pick a story, paint that picture, and let that just be that episode. Mm-hmm. Don't try to shove too many things in one episode. You got room for episode 2, 3, 50.
And beyond.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Good job, Abby. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome, Cap Babies. Cap into the new digital sales, your one-stop shop. We have a host of items available, not limited to apparel, jewelry, fragrances, skincare, hair, weave gadgets, toiletries, and so much more. Take advantage of our shop now. Pay later options through Affirm, Zip, and Klarna. We also offer workshop training to help startup and grow your businesses such as e-commerce and much more. If you're looking for a highly skilled, experienced, professional, successful, well-diverse individual who's dominating e-commerce, please contact us today. Don't delay. Let's grow your business today. Visit our website, cappiescreation.com.
Today's challenge is kind of a relief for me. The podcast arena is somewhere that I've been wanting to go for a long time. And for it to be our first challenge, it just feels like God is just putting it in divine order. And so I'm ready, I'm excited, and I want to go and attack it. Morning, and welcome to Truth Legacy. I'm your host, Mario Sims, a former sergeant in law enforcement who left his blue-collar work to pursue his purpose in business. And now, here with Truth Legacy, we give you the truth about entrepreneurship, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to talk to you today about the second half of life. How many of you have spent a third of your life navigating through life trying to figure out if you're supposed to be where you are right now. It's time to, or is it time to pivot? So ask yourself, whether you're starting a job, halfway through your career, or reaching a retirement and looking for the next chapter, at Truth Legacy, we talk to you about walking into your truth and leaving a mark on your legacy. I would be remiss if I did not shift and say my slogan: faith, family, finance, and fitness. So many times in business, we struggle with the 4 F's. Most of the gurus would say they disagree, saying faith and family has no place in business. But just like my construction business, Heartland Reality, in building homes, you must first start with graded soil so that you can create a firm foundation. And that firm foundation begins with my God. With that being said, the balance between the 4 F's are necessary to hold yourself accountable in business. If at any point you take away any element of faith, family, finance, or fitness, you disrupt the whole balanced meal. Family becomes essential. Too much time away creates a void in the home that trickles into your business. The last two are equally important. Finances allow you to know how money works. And if you can make money but not know how to save on taxes and business exemption, it's going to show up in your business. And lastly, fitness. Fitness gives you the fuel to be able for those 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. days and nights. If you build it right, you will do what you have to until you can do what you want to. Now let's take a moment to hear from our sponsors. And until the next time, stand in your truth and walk in your legacy.
All right, Mario, nice. I like that. First of all, good job. I love the name of it, by the way, and the fact that you broke it down. I loved it. I mean, it was just, it was very informative. Definitely would love to listen to you the next episode. Yeah, I really don't have much to say. Just make sure that it's not as sounded as scripted. I do know that, of course, you have a time and you're reading off the paper, but, just give me a little bit more of your personality. Just, bring it through a little bit. Because that's the only thing that was missing for me. Is just I wanted just a little bit more oomph and personality through it. The only thing I could think of is, okay, he's law enforcement, he's a little, he's a little serious and stuff. But yeah, I liked it. It was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Mario. Yo, that's how you say your name with a Y-O at the end.
Yes,
that's pretty good. So, Truth Legacy, the truth about entrepreneurship.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. One thing that I heard, I felt like your episode had 2 titles, right? Like the second half of your life, but then you pivoted and focused on the 4 F's, which I don't think was really that much believable. Like I feel like it was like she said, it was kind of scripted. Like I didn't feel your passion. Like I feel like when you're having a conversation and you're speaking to somebody, we gotta know the who, the what, the why. And then the how as well. Like we don't want to forget that. So I didn't really get that. So I guess that your intro was kind of scattered because as you start talking about the episode, you went into more about the title. Which was like as you start talking about the episode, you was like walking in your truth, and then that's your statement or something. That was like your mission statement or something. But that should have been said in the beginning. Okay. And then also when you ask questions, I think you need to pause. You didn't really have enough pauses, which made it sound more scripted. But all in all, I think that you have a wonderful voice. I think that if you would have focused on one topic opposed to splitting it, because I didn't get what to do in your second half of life. I understand that you're in your second half of life. I did like the shameless plug about your company, your other company that you have. What was that?
Heartland Reality. It's a construction company.
Yeah, like I like that. But I would have, if you had said that the topic was the second half of life, you'd have like, remember I'm a law enforcement and now I'm into construction, right? But you sound like a pastor, so, and that's a good thing. People listen to pastors, but you definitely got to have your points so you can drive it home. And then even though we're on a time restraint, you still got to give me that emotion. You got to give me that passion as to why. why you know something about this, like what makes me want to believe you, and keep listening. Okay? Well, good job.
Thank you.
All right, Mario. So you did great. You came in, you introduced yourself, you gave the name of your podcast, and you told us about you, right? One thing that's good on, when you hear like the title law enforcement, that automatically gives authority, So, and then when you talk about kind of like your shift, so where I've come from and where I am today, which is great, because now you're taking me through as a listener to know and begin to know, like, and trust you. That's what you want your listeners to do, is know who you are, like you. And so the way to like you, of course, is your tone and then your message, because your message was about what is it for me. Everybody wants to know what's in it for them, right? And so to trust you, of course, if you're saying my background is law enforcement, you know what I mean? That kind of, several people, I can't say everybody will list trust, but I'm saying, but it comes with, we want to err on the side of trust, right? Lean towards the side of trust. And then stay in your truth, walking your legacy. I loved, you had several like taglines, or you had several, you know what I mean? So pick one that you want to kind of stick with, and because you can build a nice collection of merchandise off of your statements, but pick one because per episode, like today my mantra or today my mission is going to be da-da-da-da-da. Because if you have several of them and you're going to regurgitate several of them to me, it's hard for me to kind of remember, or stick to, or be able to kind of walk in that purpose for that, or my biggest takeaway for the episode. Yeah. So just kind of like slow it down a little bit, because it does kind of sound a little scripted, but it's new, right? And you're learning it. But at least I did feel that you cared about the information that you're giving your listeners. That's big, is that you're not just giving them fluff, but it's like, no, I need you to grab this. You're on a second wind. You know what I mean? And so, but that's really all I have, and you did a great job.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so
much.
In a fast-paced world, your health shouldn't wait. With ConnectMD, access healthcare anytime, anywhere. Telemedicine made easy. ConnectMD, your health, your way. For more information, call Dr. Casual Pitts at 706-365-7818.
Today's challenge I thought was a little bit challenging. Not really. I've been told, well, you need to start a podcast. And I've been running from it. But sometimes getting out of your comfort zone, you have to be pushed and you have to be forced to do it. And so today was one of those days where I was forced to have to do it. I put a little bit more thought into it than I needed to, but it all goes to show that sometimes you have to pivot, and that's just what I did. And so today's challenge has stretched me, and I'm growing and I'm learning. I'm a sponge. I don't know everything, but I'm here for it.
Up judges.
Hello, entrepreneurial giants, and welcome to another episode of the Entrepreneurial Lunch with Dr. Roy L. Johnson Jr., where we will reach, teach, educate, empower, and inspire you to stretch beyond your comfort zone and unleash your inner giant. On today's episode, we're going to talk about unleashing your inner giant. But before we begin, a little about me. I've been on this entrepreneurial journey for about 14 years, where I've seen the highs, the lows, the good, and the bad. But today, I'm here to empower you to wake up that inner giant. Because today,
taking residency in your complacency and stagnation is over today. Why? Because help has arrived. You have been too prideful and too afraid to ask for help. But as one of my favorite motivational speakers, Mr. Les Brown, always states, ask for help not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong. And part of remaining strong is helping you to acknowledge your God-given talents. Now let me ask you, are you utilizing your talents to the fullest, or are you that individual that is burying that gift in the sand because you're too afraid of losing it? A transparent moment for you, I see, huh? But I want you to don't become a statistic to the graveyard and die with your gifts. Utilize your God-given talents so the world can see it. So the world can get to experience the fullness thereof of you. Know that, as the Bible states, what we can do, you can do all things, not some things, but you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. But first, you got to have a little faith in yourself. You got to have the confidence in yourself. And you have to believe in yourself. But if you don't believe in yourself, lean on somebody who believes in you until you believe in yourself. I want to leave you with this quote, one of my quotes. Remember, God does not call you because of your education, knowledge, wisdom, readiness, or preparedness. But he chooses you based on his understanding of your unique abilities and potential. Now, until next time, I am Dr. Roy L.
Time.
All right, Doc. All right. Mr. Dr. Johnson. How dare I? Okay, that was good. That was good. I will say, I felt like I was listening more about the Word of God than trying to figure out how you were going to help me to get that inner giant. I saw where you were going. I knew you were trying to tell people, hey, get that foundation, believe in yourself, stick with people. I get all of that. But I still didn't understand how did that help me? Because even just listening to you, I mean, I know I have an inner giant here, but it wasn't waking up.
Right.
You know, but I loved your voice. It was captivating. I'm like, okay. But eventually it became more theatrical to me than hearing how it was supposed to wake up my inner giant. That's the only thing I really have for you. Just tell me how. And let me Let me subscribe to your podcast. In this moment, I'm going to be honest with you, I would only subscribe because your foundation is God. And so is mine. That's the only reason why I would. But after a while, I'm going to be like, bro, the giant. Need it out. All right? Thank you so much.
Dr. Roy. Hello.
How are you?
Oh my God. The voice was amazing. The sound was good. Reach, teach, educate, and empower.
And inspire.
Oh, and inspire. Let me write that down.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that it was a bit cliche-ish. Like you had a lot of cliches in there, like, you know, a lot of cliches, which kind of ate up a lot of your time. I think that I did like your voice. I love the way you paused and gave it conversational tone to where you was like, let me ask you something, because you really spoke to the pain points of people. Like, oh, that's a bit reflective for you, huh? Like, so it was almost like you had people there that was answering your question, like you could see us in thought when you asked the questions. So I like the tonality, I like the pause. I think you exuded a lot of humor and personality, and I'm theatrical, so I'm with it. I'm with the theatrical.
It was good.
I was like, say something against theatrical.
I was with it. The only thing is you talked to my pain, but I didn't have a subscription for the medicine. Like, you gave me the meat without a knife to cut with. You know, like, but unleash your inner giant, I didn't really hear that, how to do it. And I understand that, you know, God is the basis and the foundation of that. But like I told the other person, it's like, we ain't gonna denounce the word of God that you're giving us, but the way you present it, for us to process it is a different thing, you know?
Understand.
So take those notes and you could have a podcast.
Yeah, no, I believe so too. I would listen to you.
Thank you.
All right, Dr. Roy. So a couple things. You gave a great podcast title. I love that you named your community listeners the Entrepreneurial Giants, right? You gave them a name so like they know, like, oh no, I'm a giant. You know what I mean? So in the community, which is good because some people don't know, like, they'll be like, okay, all my listeners. No, like, no, I want to be the giant.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I
like
mean?
that.
So that was good. I like the reach, teach, educate. You know, I love that tagline. And you gave a little bit about yourself, right? Because it's like, why should I listen to you?
Right.
So you did. You told us, you know, who you are. Your tone is excellent, so I can close my eyes and listen. So if I don't see you on YouTube and I'm just listening, like while I'm driving, I'm like, okay, because I can hear the passion. That's the biggest thing, is making sure that if someone can't see you and see your expression or see your tone, they can hear it, they can feel it, and I can feel it. So I can feel that that you're well versed in the topic. It's just like they said, it's just when you have more time, I guess more outside of 3 minutes, you know, now you can give us the what, so what, now what. We need that now what. Now what? Like you're giving us this foundation piece. Now what do I do with it to become a giant, right? And of course, with a podcast, it's, you know, we're building and building because I need you to come back next time. So you can't be a giant today and then, because then you're not going to come back. You know what I mean? So, but it's good. Like Charlie said, the pauses were great because even though, you know, right now you're reading it, I didn't take it as a read script. You know, it was more kind of like, I could still see, of course, because I'm sitting here, I can see your notes in front of you, but I can tell that it's in you. Yeah. So when it's in you, you could have lost your place on that paper and still been able to flow and not been like, oh, wait a minute, 1 second.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you were comfortable. So I just say good job.
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah, good job. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, good job.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.